welcome back to the Verde Valley Experience. Now we're here at the Alcantar Winery, which is snuggled right between Cottonwood and Camp Verde, right in the heart of the Verde Valley wine country. And I'm here with Tom Pitts, who is the founding president of the Verde Valley Wine Consortium. Thank you for joining me, Tom.
Oh, absolutely, my pleasure.
It is a beautiful day out here today. Albeit windy, but hey, that's how it goes in the Verde Valley. Now, some of you might not know or even think that wine was even possible in the desert, but being that it's actually a very low water crop, which is an amazing thing that I just found out from Tom here. It grows very well here. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of growing wine grapes here in the Verde Valley?
Here in the Verde Valley, yeah, Arizona's been kind of fun. We had Prohibition here for a long, long time. Back in the day before Prohibition, there were actually more wine grapes grown in Arizona and New Mexico than there were in California. But we had Prohibition before the federal Prohibition, and they said, no, we're not going to do that. So they pulled them all out. When they overturned Prohibition, they forgot about it. We could drink. You could always buy something to drink, no problem there, but all the growers had left. So it wasn't until 2006 that they finally passed a law that allowed them to do it the way they're doing it today. So you can grow the grapes as we're doing here. You can have tasting rooms, clubs, shipping, all kinds of the stuff that really makes a wine area come to life. And this place has exploded.
It has. How many wineries do we have now in the Verde Valley?
We've got somewhere in excess of 20. I have to keep track. I feel like I'm in there every day counting just to make sure. We've got more vineyards coming online all the time. And we formed the Verde Valley Wine Consortium here in 2008, 2 years after the law was passed, to have kind of a trade association for the area. And one of the things we did is start working with Yavapai College. We taught our first class at Yavapai College in 2009. Then we planted our first acre of grapes on campus in 2010. Now we have 10 acres on campus. I have stepped out of the presidency role with the Wine Consortium. My longtime vice president, Tom Schumacher, who's with the college, stepped in as the president. And we've moved a number of things forward. Now, we did some studies in 2009, 2010, 2011 to see how far it had come. Bear in mind, we started at zero in 2006. With the 2009 vintage and the 2010 wines, we generated over $25 million worth of business in the state of Arizona with this wine industry. So we got the state of Arizona to recognize the tourism attraction with all the visitors that were coming here. And we did another study in cooperation with the Arizona Office of Tourism in Northern Arizona University. And with data in 2011, discovered that over $30 million worth of revenue was coming from the tourism industry in this area from the wine industry alone. The wine industry was paying over $6 million a year in state and local taxes, created over 405 jobs. All of a sudden, this was a pretty legitimate major piece to the puzzle when the economy was down the drain.
Certainly. And it's not an easy thing to get into winemaking and wine growing. It takes quite a bit of money.
Well, the old story in the wine industry for years was you want to make a small fortune in the wine industry, start with a large fortune.
Certainly.
And the growers here are very conscientious about what they're doing. All of these vineyards that you see behind us here and elsewhere around the valley, typically you're talking $25,000 to $35,000 an acre to do the planting, not counting the land clearing or the land cost. It's all drip irrigated. It's very controlled water. You know, all as you can see, trellised and set up as just a really incredible project, and it's just growing like crazy. People are getting on board. And of course, it takes a while to grow the grapes and make the wine and get it out to the market.
Yeah, definitely. Growing is the operative word there. And Yavapai College has a wonderful, wonderful set of courses around wine growing and wine making. That it's just amazing.
Well, they do. I'm happy to say I was the second teacher in the program. Paula Woolsey, who's well known in the area, who's had various restaurants and so on in the wine trade here for a long time, actually taught the first course. She and I and Tom Schumacher actually sat down and started the plan. She did most of the heavy lifting. And we started the viticulture first, the growing of the grapes. Then we added the enology piece. And this year, this is just one of those phenomenal things, a $3 million wine center is opening. The Southwest Wine Center at Yavapai College will be opening and teaching classes this fall. And it's been done with private donations and private money. The Yavapai College Foundation has raised the funding to do that. And it's just an astonishing thing to be able to do that.
That's truly amazing. Now tell me, you've got a symposium coming up June 7th.
Yes. June 7th. Well, don't just say me. As I say, I'm no longer the adult in charge over there. Tom's taking care of that stuff.
I recognize you.
But no, this will be our third annual Verde Valley Wine Symposium. We're going to bring in experts of all kinds. We're bringing in wine growers, of course, but people from the industry. There'll be roundtables and discussions and speakers. Alan Everett, who's the head of the liquor board here in Arizona, will be our keynote speaker. A wonderful luncheon. They're doing a wine competition. Then later they're going to do a major tasting with all of the wineries. They're doing a silent auction fundraiser. It's just a phenomenal thing. It'll be at the college.
Okay, great.
On June the 7th, on Saturday.
Sure,
Starts at 8:30 in the morning in Clarkdale.
Right, at the Clarkdale campus. There you go. Well, that's amazing. Thank you so much. So, Tom Pitts, the founding president of the Verde Valley Wine Consortium.
And now free at last, no longer the president. Yeah, sorry.
Now it's just all about drinking the wine.
That's what I'm there for, yeah.
Thank you to Alcantara Winery for having us here today. And don't go away because we've got lots more Verde Valley experience for you.